What's up, Lemonheads? Welcome to a whole nother episode of From the Yellow Chair. I am Crystal, the co-founder of Lemon Seed Marketing, and today, y'all, I love a good operational kick in the booty about how I need to be paying attention to more than just marketing and looking at my margins and what is like where am I bleeding, where am I hemorrhaging, but where am I doing good? But I want to look at the whole picture a lot better. So you're going to want to buckle up and listen up today. So grab some lemonade. Let's talk it out. All right. Well, Joe, welcome to the party.
Hey, 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 hey.
Hey. So, Joe O'Grady is here with us from Team SPG. And listen, I had the best interaction with you at Service World. We just kind of met on the floor. There wasn't a lot else going on, so we met up on the floor and kind of laughed and joked for a little bit. And we decided, like, why have we not had more conversations together? So, tell everybody why they should care what you have to say today.
The truth is there are many people out there that do what we do, just like there are many people out there that do what you do.
Sure.
Um, why they should care is because I care.
Oh, love
Um,
it.
so quick background, I used to be in a very different industry. I actually used to own ballroom and Latin dance studios up north.
Oh,
And
wow.
I moved my whole family. I sold my studios and I moved my whole family to Florida to manage someone else's studio. I just didn't want the bills and the overhead, right? I always tell people if I knew then what I know now, I'd have a chain of dance studios. I'd still be dancing.
Ah,
Um, but I moved my whole family to Florida, and that poor guy got embezzled from his ex-wife, and we ended up homeless. Me and my wife, and at that time
oh,
we had two kids living with us and two dogs. And quite truthfully, we were living in bad circumstances in a crack and whore motel down here in Osprey, Florida. And I was playing poker every day to make $160 to be able to feed and house my family.
oh my goodness.
So my wife put my resume online, monster.com. That's how long ago it
Oh, back
was.
in the day. Back in the day.
And I got interviewed and hired by a company called Clockwork Home Services. They own Mr. Sparky Electric,
Yeah.
um, 1 Hour Heating and Air, and Ben Franklin Plumbing. I didn't know anything about the contracting space, but I quickly learned. I met some phenomenal people, and this industry itself changed my life, changed the trajectory of my life, gave me my dignity back, and my why became like my why is always my family, but my why became paying back to this industry and the owners and the people who work in it.
I
So
love
that's
that.
what so I wake up every day and I think, how can I help someone? And look, my knowledge is similar to most people out there. The difference is I care. I truly want the people we work with to succeed because they deserve it. They're good, honest people.
Yes.
So so that's why they should listen to me. I mean, listen, I don't think I say anything too different than anybody else. I curse a little. I have New York Tourette's. I'll try and keep it down on this meeting. And I'm not a rah rah guy. I'm not the guy who's going to blow smoke up your ass and tell you what you want to hear, unless you deserve it, right?
Yeah.
So if people come to us because they want the truth, they want the path, and they want somebody to hold them accountable. That's what was missing and is missing in a lot of these groups. I
Yeah.
hear so I just saw yesterday someone talk someone in the industry coaching on a public forum said, you know, people these owners can't afford not to do coaching. Yeah, they can actually not afford it. There is a time in their life where you might have to say, and I've had to say it over the years, okay, you weren't properly funded. You didn't go about it the wrong way. Your marriage failed. You're now an alcoholic. Let's get your life together and go to work for someone else because that's just the hard truth.
Yeah, yeah. One of the things I've really noticed lately is there's so much of that going on where, like, listen, you just were not set up. You need to take about 10 steps back. And, like, we romanticize clawing your way out, right? Oh, you clawed your way out from the bottom. Yeah, like, and probably lost a lot along the way. When sometimes, pride comes before the fall. Sometimes you could just say, you know what? Let me go buckle back down over here and come out even stronger. But we romanticize the hustle, which, again, I understand it. And for a lot of people, just a little grit gets them there. It gets them over that hump. But for some people, like, you're just not ready to be where you need to be. You're not financially ready. You're not mentally ready. You're not, emotionally ready. Your family life is a mess. Your personal life, like the alcoholic or drugs or whatever's going on. Man, I'm telling you, I see it every day. I mean, I look contractors in the face every day that don't need to be running companies.
Right. And you know what? So I opened my own dance studios because I believed I was the best technician, right? And I failed miserably in the sense that I made a lot of money, but I didn't have a pot to piss in.
Yeah.
And marketing, so we're going to talk marketing. Like, I spent money on marketing without tracking it,
I know that's the sin.
right?
That's the
And
sin.
gut feeling.
Yes,
And
yes.
there were two local sales reps for local newspapers that loved me because they would come in my office and flatter me and give me treats, and I would drop tons of money. Come to find out later in life that none of those ads paid off.
Yeah, because you're stuck.
Yeah, well, I wasn't tracking it. I didn't know how to adjust my gross margin. I didn't know in that field what the proper percentage would be, right?
Yeah.
So now that I know and I'm helping contractors, right? I know I can look a contractor in the eye and actually say, if you've been in business 10 years or more and you're looking to keep steady and keep your guys busy, you should be spending 8 to 10% of your net on marketing. If you want to grow, you've got to bump that to 14. And they flip out when they hear if they're going to
Oh,
sell their business, shoot, they got to go to 20% a year prior to selling, to getting it ready to sell, because that makes it more attractive for the owners to see, for the future owners to see them. So, but they don't know how to adjust their pricing to handle it. They don't know how to prepare their techs to handle the volume. They
yeah.
don't know how to prepare their CSRs to handle it. And that's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, so, marketing is not a Band-Aid for bad operations, nor but what it is it will exacerbate anything that's got a little hole in it. Okay, so if you really go to 20% marketing, like I tell everybody, listen, I am here for the party. You hear me? Like, I am ready. When you have a good, healthy, I'm going to use the word robust budget ready for marketing, you're ready to hit the gas. It is more important that your operations be ready for that marketing spend than where we're actually going to spend it. I'm just going to tell you.
And they have to have a system to track it.
Yes.
If you don't track it and keep your marketing in check and understand, we all have gut feelings. I had a gut feeling when I ran a $14 million unit, it was a multi-franchise unit, and one of my units, all my techs kept telling me that this one area sucked and they hated going there. But when I looked at my marketing and I looked at my revenue, it produced the most revenue and was the best bang for the buck. I'm like,
Yeah.
but they didn't like it because it was 40 minutes from the shop
Yeah.
and houses needed a lot of work and they were getting lazy.
Yeah. Yeah. They again, this is like the biggest issue that I see with contractors when they want to talk to Lemon Seed is like, well, I'll say, so tell me, what do you think is really driving the majority of your leads? So they're going to give me a mixture of things, but one time or a lot of times they might say, well, I've just been, word of mouth.
Word of
Word of
mouth,
mouth. So I'm like, let
referrals.
me tell you something. That is very true. Let me give you some acknowledgement. That is true. You have probably built a decent business off of word of mouth. But I say this so I'm blue in the face. What got you here will not get you there.
Can I tell
Right.
you a funny story?
Yeah.
So there's, and this is kind of a country story. Not that I'm saying it because whatever, but okay, yeah, I get it. So there's a turkey on a farm, and he's looking up in this tree, and he wants to get to some of the bigger, higher acorns up in the tree. And he jumps, and he can't get up there. So this bull comes over, and the bull says, "I'll help you out, buddy." And the bull takes a big plop, and he says, "Eat some of that." So the turkey eats some of it, and he jumps, and he gets halfway up in the tree. He jumps back down. He says, "That's incredible." And he eats the whole pile, and he jumps it. He gets to the very top of the tree, and he's eating all these acorns. And the farmer looks up and says, "There's a bird up in that tree." Gets out his rifle and shoots him dead. What's the moral of the story? Bullshit that got you to the top ain't going to keep you there.
Yeah, okay. But it was
So here's the deal. Referrals are dangerous. They are probably the strongest lead any company can get, you and I included, right?
yes, correct. Referrals are great.
Yes. But a referral is only as good as the amount of clients you currently serve. You have 10 clients, you can look at 3 referrals each and you can do the math. And then that spreads out. That's awesome. That is awesome. But now what happens if you mess up one time? Because here's the truth. No one remembers when you do something right, but no one forgets when you do something wrong. And your entire referral chain can break down from one bad review.
Yep.
That's not the same for new clients coming in. And you always need those fresh clients. It's like cash
Absolutely.
flow. It's like cash flow. You just got to keep it going. Client cash flow. Oh, I just made up a term. Client cash flow.
Yeah, I
You,
mean, but you're exactly right. And listen, we all love the little hit of a good referral. But it takes a combination. It takes a holistic marketing approach. And so, I think a lot of our contractors like, how do I pay for good marketing without wrecking my margins? And I think it's about having a good balance of how hard you go with your marketing dollars is how hard you need to go operationally.
well, again, if you're tracking it, you can see, is SEO paying off this month or this quarter, or is LSA really pulling it through? And now you have AEO, right?
Right.
So you have to track all that. And then you look at your referrals. And if you're not doing maintenance plans, shame on you. But these are all the things that you geofence with as long as you track it. And again, here's the thing I hear a lot. My marketing company sucks, Joe. Do you know anybody? Well, wait, let's take a look at what's going on. And I'll find CSR conversions under 50%. I'll find technician conversions under 50% with
Right.
average tickets of $500. And you said it earlier, fix your operation first. Don't blame marketing on poor operational efficiency. And
Right.
if you're not tracking it, why are you telling me they suck if you can't show me the numbers? How much are you paying per lead? How many leads are you getting a month? What are you doing with those leads? How are you turning them over? So, as far as budgeting goes, again, you can adjust your budget depending on what the data shows you. If you have no data, you're going by gut feel, or somebody saying, you should do this. It worked for me. Well, great. Can you show me how it worked for you in the numbers? If they don't have the numbers, it's just a gut feeling. And listen, I'm a lot bigger than I used to be, and I damn sure don't trust my gut now.
Well, and listen, honestly, this is not rocket science. I don't want contractors to make this overly complicated, right? This is literally deploying something in your company that allows you visibility for I call it closed loop marketing, right? So I want to know from the point of acquisition. So when did I get the clients a full attention, potential
Mhm.
clients, and then how did they book with me, and then what did they do once they booked, right? Closed loop meaning from point of acquisition through me, my company leaving the home. What did that entire relationship look like? And so there is a lot, especially those of you that are on like a service titan or things like that. There is a complete lineage that you can follow of, okay, this client came from Google local service ads. We had never done service for them. We went out and did a $99 tune up. The technician flipped it over. They joined our maintenance club, and we actually were able to quote a new system. The client bought a new system, and here we are again. So now you can say, man, that GLSA lead that cost me $120, but I sold an $18,000 system and they joined my maintenance club. That's what we want to be able to see, because that level of data gives us that level of data making decision ability.
But you just said it, that level of data. Without the data,
Yeah.
you can't make a logical decision.
Right, and your gut will deceive you. Honestly, you know
Always
why how
does.
your gut deceives you? 2 ways, I think. The biggest way is you can't help but naturally assume that people like what you like and that people do what you do. So, for instance, contractors will tell me all the time, direct mail does not work. And I'm like, I will show you how direct mail works. Give me 2 seconds. I have 5 clients I can show you right now where they are kicking butt 30 times ROAS on direct mail. It's because you don't read direct mail that you assume no one else reads direct mail. You don't go to Google to look for, oh, this is not a great example,
Well,
but, you know,
no, that's like, they have to learn the difference between marketing, advertising, and branding,
oh,
right? And there, as well as I do, they're three different things,
yes.
right? And usually marketing and sales fight, but they don't understand that, and they need people to teach them, and that's why I implore all marketing companies, please educate your clients and your potential clients. Educate them and let them know, here's what it is, here's what it's intended to do, and here's a tracking mechanism you can use.
Yeah, I'm telling you. So, my sister and I started a pest control company with my brother, and so like right now, pest control is not nearly as robust as the HVAC and plumbing industry. So we're having to piecemeal a few things. We know what the end product is that we want, but right now we're having to piece it together. But at the end of the day, we're piecing together something that will give us data to
Mhm.
make the right decisions. So I just tell you here, the easiest thing to do, one thing that you could go do today is look at every piece of marketing of advertising that you have deployed that makes up your marketing plan.
Uh-huh.
Right? So your marketing plan should include all of your paid tactics, all of your community tactics. It should include any branding. Limited calls our package the branding accelerator, anything that's building those things, right? So, your marketing is your comprehensive strategy of both paid and, referrals and things like that. So, you should be able to go through every paid advertising tactic and make sure it has a trackable way for you to see, at the bare minimum, at least who called that number, at the bare
Mhm.
minimum, who called that number or who interacted with that number. But second level is I would love to see conversion rates, like how much of it was answered, how much was actually booked, and then what did your team do with it once it was booked? Because let me tell you, from a marketing person that has to defend all these vendors all the time, odds are, odds are, I'm going to show you that your vendors, because Lemon Seed is basically like we're the conductor of your orchestra. So we have all of your vendors in place and we're helping you monitor those, right? So your odds are your digital vendor generated enough leads, you couldn't book enough or close enough to hit your goals. So that's
Right.
not a vendor problem, that's an operational problem. Again, I'm not here to blame you, but I'm here to show you, now go tweak this little thing and boom, your conversion rate gets higher. It's a work in progress all the time. You're in a construction zone every day.
I do an entire one-day fast track event where I explain how moving the needle just takes little bitty twerks, right?
Yeah.
Tweaks, twerks.
I mean, twerk it up, I guess.
I twerk it. And it's funny, people don't realize if you improve your CSR conversion rate, okay, whatever percent, that's X amount more calls. Even if your techs only close the same amount and at the same ticket. Now you get your techs converting at a higher rate, but you still get the same ticket. You can literally, and then you teach them how to increase ticket averages. Those little tweaks absolutely fundamentally change the entire way a business runs and deals with their marketing company and their budget. So
Absolutely.
we
Absolutely.
do a 1 day event. Our next one is April 9th in Las Vegas. So
Oh, and it's all about this?
it's all about this. It's a phenomenal event. You can check it out on Facebook or LinkedIn.
Well, that's a good segue. So I love this little quick chat that we had today. I know we could probably book a whole nother episode and talk about a whole nother topic. So you're going to be on my list to get back in the studio. But tell people, Joe, if they were like, okay, I like Joe's style, I like what he's talking about. Tell them how they can get in contact with you about Team SPG, kind of what services you offer, and how you can help their business.
So we offer coaching, consulting, and training from in every aspect of the business. And for those who know EOS, we have taken EOS and kind of made it more service company friendly, and we
Awesome.
call it SOS. So we work with leadership, operations, CSRs, technicians, service managers. We're more, and just let me be clear, we're not therapists, so we're not the ones who say to you when you say, "Hey, I'm thinking about doing X, Y, and Z." We're not the one to say, "Well, which do you think you should do?" We're going to explore them with you and hold your hand and walk through it. Once we find the right path, we're also going to help you create it and hold you accountable to get it done.
Okay, that accountability word again. Well,
Yep.
I love this. I love this. So if you are like me and I just feel like my business, it's every little piece feels maybe I need more control, I need more structure, I need more guidance. I think Team SPG would be a great place for you to at least interview and see if they're a right fit for you. And so in your show notes, you'll have it. Go ahead, Joe.
Well, that's the other thing. We do kind of interview each other. We don't just sign people up. We have a 1 month vetting process where we work together with owners because we're not silver bullet. We don't want people who think we are. So we're going
Yeah.
to work together for a month to find out if you think we're screwballs or if we know what we're talking about and you're comfortable and you're ready to move forward. Or we find out you're looking for the silver bullet and you want somebody to do everything for you. We ain't it. Sorry, fella.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
So
this is like,
we don't force anyone to make decisions on the spot like that. We'd like to work with you for a month, get to know you, get to know your business, and see if we're really a good fit. That's why
good.
we are a smaller agency. We're not big like Nexstar. We probably never will because of the way we operate.
Yeah. Well, I definitely think that most people need to step back and at least start interviewing coaching companies. One of the best
Oh,
piece of business advice I ever got was you should always have a coach. Whether it's a coach on your is it leadership, is it sales, is it conversions, is it culture, what is your so I even if it's not like these big long term, but jumping in with people and the people that aren't just yes people either, holding you accountable, thinking you out, pushing you outside the box.
and if anyone tells you you can't afford not to do this, buyer beware, red flag.
You do
Because
not like that sales approach.
no, it's not even a sales approach. It's bullshit because
Yeah.
these people work hard for their money. And the truth is, I have seen some P&Ls that really can't afford it. Okay. And we actually have a free program for people who can't afford it.
I do the same thing with lemon seed. Like I will tell people outright, you do not need to be spending lemon seed is kind of a luxury. And you may not be ready for that yet. You may be 6 months from it, a year from it, but right now you just need to buckle down and I'll give you free advice so that you're ready to come back to me.
That's what we do. We have a free academy that runs owners, technicians, CSRs, and that is for people. And the funny thing is, 6 months, 7 months into the program, all of a sudden you're making more money, and you go, "Oh shoot, this does work." Now we'll have another discussion because now you're actually have the cash flow and the capital to do it.
Yeah,
But I'm not.
absolutely.
I am absolutely. We will never sign someone up who cannot afford it.
No, I mean, no, us either. We try not to. If you tell us the truth, we try to help
And
you out. So,
yeah, unfortunately, sometimes I have to do that. But I really appreciate you having me on,
yeah,
and I'd love to
absolutely.
come back. And next time we see each other, let's have a coffee.
Absolutely. Let's do it. Well, listen, thank you guys so much for listening to another episode. I am Crystal, and I'm the co founder and lead strategist here at Living Seed Marketing, where we help contractors really identify a structure for their marketing. We have our 3 bucket framework for structuring your marketing strategy. We have our brand accelerator program that helps you build a brand. And then, more than anything, Lemon Seed saves you time, money, and builds momentum. So, we would love to talk to you about how we can help you get your marketing on track. In the meantime, if you've loved what you heard, share this episode, leave us a comment, leave us a Google review. Make sure you tell Joe how great he did today. But guys, thanks for sipping lemonade from us. Have a great rest of your week.